Hi, Practicum. We're in week 14. I hope you're prepared for almost the end of the semester as we're getting down to the wire now. For this week, in week 14, the first week of December, we will be doing charter school programming and some after school programming. So on Monday, we will have Lindsay, and Karen coming out to do a charter school program. Lindsay Groves is going to be the lead on that, and she will use the assistance of Karen and Lindsay as needed. And there might be some time for some projects as well on Monday. I do want to remind all the EEI majors that your assignment on that grant writing, putting that 4 hours of grant writing in, is due on Monday by noon on this day, the 2nd. So hope to see everybody's email on that. Tuesday, we will be having Bree, Hillary, Shane, Emily, Matt come out and meeting Shane and myself. And Emily and Matt, I want you to team teach a lesson to the charter school for the 3rd through 5th graders. So you can hand in one lesson plan that you've written together. This is we're going to focus a lot on team teaching this week. And I have some themes and some ideas for you at the end of the movie tonight. We'll also have Hillary and Shane. You'll be heading back to campus, then you'll need to meet Linda at the TNR parking lot at 3:15 to assist with the Junction City after school program. That's your opportunity to see an after school program in progress. Wednesday, it'll be Sam, Jake, Katie, Nick, and Christopher out here. And again, we're going to have 2 charter school programs that day. Christopher and Sam are going to team teach one for the kindergartners. Jake and Nick are going to team teach one for the 1st/2nd graders. Especially for the pre-K kindergartners, I want you to think about how you can split the group up in half, where Christopher is working with half and Sam is working with the other half. And you guys actually maybe swap groups halfway through. But I want to see if splitting them up into a smaller subgroups is going to be easier to manage them, because they've definitely been a challenging group to manage for the pre-K kindergarten class. So you have an hour-long program with them on Wednesday. Thursday, we will be doing the program for the kindergartners again. This time, Holly, Rick, Lindsay, Alec, and Roxy will be out on Thursday, and Alec and Roxy are going to be leading that program. So again, think about splitting that group in half and how you can have Alec with half and Roxy with the other half. And Friday we'll be doing a charter school program for the 3rd through 5th graders. I'd like Courtney and Megan to work together on that one and submitting one lesson plan for that. So for those, again, now you can split the group up in half or you can keep them together for the older kids. Themes for the week. For pre-K and kindergarten, Christopher and Sam, I want you to focus on this theme in December for them is light into darkness. So you could do a whole program just based on shadows. Maybe you have some stories about shadows, being afraid of dark at night, or maybe teaching the kids how to create things with shadows. Maybe you can do an indoor program on shadow puppets or something. The same theme of light into darkness applies for Alex and Roxy. Alec and Roxy. Sorry, it says Alex. And I would like you to think a little bit more about songs, poems, activities about light or darkness, life that occurs in the dark. So talking about nocturnal animals possibly. Maybe we can get those trail cams set up for you so you can see some activity that's happened. Share some of that of what's happened at night. But again, very simple with these kids. They like to follow the leader. They like to sing songs. They like stories. The 1st and 2nd graders, Lindsay is going to do a program on Monday about the opossum, and there's a lot of great content already on the Nature Navigator for December week 1. And Jake and Nick are going to do some symbiotic relationships, including that of the lichen, which if you look on the December week 1, there's some information about lichens. But you guys come up with your own thing on symbiotic relationships with animals or plants or whatever it is that you're really interested in. For the 3rd through 5th graders, Emily and Matt, your symbiotic relationships will be specifically on animals. I wrote to include a human activity. What I was thinking was that there's probably some activity you can come up with where it's only possible to do if 2 people are involved in it. So just a way to demonstrate the only way to succeed or find success is for 2 or more people to be involved, and that would show some symbiosis. So see what you can find for that. You may want to talk a little bit about mutualism, commensalism, so just the different types of symbiotic relationships, some that are beneficial to others. There's parasitic relationships. So just talking about those in general would be kind of cool. And then Courtney and Megan are going to follow up on these symbiotic relationships by focusing just on lichens. So use the Nature Navigator for that. You can be a little bit more detailed. Maybe if you want to use the microscopes and look at lichens under the microscopes, you could do that. But so Emily and Matt, I want you not to focus on lichens because Courtney and Megan are going to do that in their program later in the week. So that's it for the week. We have, remember, if you're helping with an after-school program, I think I forgot to mention Lindsay and Rick are going to stay at Suez on Thursday to assist Linda with the Rosholt after-school program. So that's why you're coming out with 2 vehicles that day. So there'll be one for you when you get home to get home with. And majors, you'll see that you're being out here one day for next week. So make sure that you're fully ready to be here that day for projects and/or teaching. Great. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good Thanksgiving.